Welcome to Wednesday, April 1st, April Fool's Day. Today you're going to need one heavy object, or for instance a kettlebell, dumbbell, any heavy object that you can grab, and then a timer. For today's warm-up we've got some new movements, so bear with me. We're doing 3 rounds of these, and each of these we're doing 3 reps of. So first we've got upward to downward facing dog with some toe touches. That's going to look like this. I would go ahead and start in your upward dog with your arms straight, and then push up into that downward dog. With the downward dog, you're trying to get the heels flush to the ground, hip and butt high, arms are straight as well. And then from there, you're going to do some 2 toe touches, touching the opposite foot. So right hand, left foot, left hand, left foot, back down into upward facing dog, back to downward dog. 1, 2. So each of those from upward to downward to 2 toe touches is 1 rep. 3 times. 3 of those. The second movement is a little more complicated, a shin box. I'll admit right now, it's gonna depend on your level of flexibility in the hips. But basically start in this position. You bring the inside of your right knee to the ground, fold over as much as you can, within reason. Back up, left inside knee to the ground, and fold. Terrible on my left side. And back to the right, fold, back to the left, fold.
You're doing a great job.
Good luck with those. Okay. Really wakes up those hips. 3 of those. Right knee, left knee is 1 rep. Then you're going to do 3 single leg RDL hand switches. That's where the heavy object comes into play. Hopefully not too heavy. But you're going to get in that single leg Romanian deadlift position and just hand that back and forth, trying to keep balance. 3 times. And then switch legs. Again, keeping that balance. So 3 times back and forth to each hand and on each leg. Then go back to the top until you've done 3 rounds of all 3 movements. At the very end, you're going to do 30 jumping jacks. Jumping jacks look like this. 30 of those. All right, so that's 3 rounds total of 3 reps of upward to downward facing dog with toe touches, 3 shin boxes and forward folds, basically right knee to the ground, left knee to the ground, right knee to the ground, left knee to the ground, right knee to the left to the ground. And then the single leg Romanian deadlift hand switches, 3 reps each leg. And then once you've done 3 rounds of all of that, 30 jumping jacks, and you're warmed up, and then you're finding me back here for strength. Thanks so much. All right, welcome back after that warm-up. Hopefully you didn't fold yourself into a pretzel. For today's strength, we have yet another superset, but it's a triple superset. What? So first movement is single leg Romanian deadlifts. You're going to do 4 sets of 8 to 10 reps each side on the single leg Romanian deadlifts. Rest for 30 seconds. Second movement is a single arm dumbbell push press or kettlebell, if that's what you got. Your heavy object, whatever it is being pressed. 4 sets of 8 to 10 reps each side on those single arm dumbbell push presses. Then you rest for 30 seconds and go into that third movement, which is squat jumps. You're doing 4 sets of 10 of those, resting for 30 seconds, and then back to the top until you've completed 4 sets of all 3 movements. Let me go over those movements right now for you. Single leg Romanian deadlifts. Make sure your knees slightly bent for that primary leg. If we're going to start on the right leg, it's nice and bent. Grab that object, come up, back down, up, back down. Your midline is stable. You do not have to go all the way to the ground. Some people have shorter arms than my long, lanky self. You can just go to here. Just depends. You don't want to go any lower than parallel with that torso, and you don't want to crumple over either. Keep the midline stable, down and back up. Single leg Romanian deadlift. So you're doing 8 to 10 of those each leg. Resting 30 seconds, going into single arm dumbbell push presses with a dumbbell. That's going to look like this. Depending on how much weight you've got, safely curl it to that rack position or clean it to that rack position. And then with the push press, you get to dip to position 1 and drive. Dip, drive, dip, drive. The whole time you're keeping that back stable and stacked. Dip, drive. And switch hands, back up, dip, drive, dip, drive. You're doing 4 times, you're doing 8 to 10 reps each arm with that single arm dumbbell push press. And then resting for 30 seconds, going into that third movement, the squat jump. You're gonna do 10 of these. Basically squat stance, hands down and back, jump up, down and back, jump up. You're working on reaching for the ceiling, but also absorbing the landing. So you're going as high as you can with that reach, but landing as soft as you can, maintaining that form. 10 reps of that, rest 30 seconds, go back up to the Romanian deadlift. Until you've done 4 sets of all 3 movements, press pause, go to it, meet me back here for conditioning. Great job on that strength. All right, we've got conditioning. Today's conditioning is 1,000 burpees for time. April Fools! That's so dumb.
So dumb. My chest hurts.
For today's conditioning, we actually have 21, 15, 9, 15, back to 21. Bodyweight lunges each side and push-ups. So with those bodyweight lunges, right, left is 1 rep. Make sure those lunges, try to keep that 90 on the front knee. Don't want to track too far over the toe. Keep your body vertical. And again, right, left is 1 rep. And then push-ups. If you don't have a full push-up, or if it gets to the point where you're tired out and can't do a full push-up, you can switch to knees. If you're not there yet, grab a bench, box, chair, whatever, and do push-ups to your object. So to be clear, you will do 21 bodyweight lunges, 21 push-ups, then go to 15 bodyweight lunges, 15 push-ups, then go to 9 bodyweight lunges, 9 push-ups, then back up to 15 bodyweight lunges, 15 push-ups, and finally to 21 bodyweight lunges, 21 push-ups. Press pause. Set your timer. This is for time, so just set a running clock. We do have a list of couple timer apps in their description. If you don't have a timer yet, but this, you can just use a simple running clock on your smartphone. Have fun. We'll see you on the other side for our cool down. All right, welcome back. That was a tough one. For the cool down, we've got active straight leg raises. So those will be on your back here. Let's start with the right leg. You're gonna put your hands behind your knee, kind of right in the crease of the knee, the back of the knee. You're gonna kind of pull that quad toward you, your knee toward you, and then you're gonna straighten your leg. And then release, feeling that pull in the hamstring, and then release. You're doing 15 per leg, and that's it. 15 per leg on the active straight leg raises. After those 15 each side, we're gonna do some parasympathetic breathing. If you've never done this before or heard of it, it's basically raising your legs up. Can be on a bench, flattening your back, and just breathing. We're going to 15 breaths here. We're not forcing those breaths. We're just paying attention to them. So it's kind of a chance to zen out. If you don't have a bench or box or couch or ottoman to prop your legs on, you can always do them against a wall. If you've got a free wall, just get your butt as close to that wall as possible. And then same thing, arms out. If you don't have a man bun to contend with, you can just rest your head normally. Pay attention to your breathing. All right, that is parasympathetic breathing. Have fun with that cool down, and the shutdown challenge is coming right up. Welcome back. Now for the shutdown challenge. The reps will be in your description. I'm going to demo the movements right now. First you have ab mats. If you don't have an ab mat, you can use a folded sweatshirt. You can even use a couch pillow, small pillow. Tuck that object of cushion, lumbar support up against your tailbone. Feet face each other. Your legs are in the butterfly position. Back, touch the ground, up. Make sure your shoulders cross the plane. That's an ab mat sit-up. Next, after that is lunges. It's pretty straightforward. Try to find that 90 in the knee. Don't track too far over the toe. Stand back up. Same thing. Alternate legs. Make sure that stride's wide enough to find that 90. After lunges, push-ups. Push-ups look like this. Chest to the ground, if you can. Knees, if you can't do feet from the foot position. And if you need to scale even further, find a bench, ottoman, chair, and do the push-ups to the bench. And last but not least, we have burpees. Burpees, drop to the floor, jump up, or up downs or squat thrusts, plank out, up. Okay, enjoy that challenge. We'll see you tomorrow for the next stay at home get ripped workout. Thanks so much, you guys. Hey folks, really appreciate you tuning in. Please do us a favor, press that like button, subscribe, find us on Facebook, find us on Instagram, like us, follow us. Stay healthy.